you can really skim through the early and early mid game as much as you want. I picked this one because I wanted to get better at late game on my champ, and this game went really long. So, um, yeah, if you just get context for early game and all that, I'm fine with that. I'm good at skipping as much as you want.
Okay. You do the thing. You get the thing. You get a nice lead. Or you play
It's a
reinvade.
brand jungle, so I'm
I think
playing.
if you're gonna reinvade, just don't do gromp. Just run straight there. No.
Uh,
Why give him the time
yeah,
to do
yeah,
his
yeah.
camps? It's not like you even like use smite. So think about what you got from this. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't get a level up off this. You burned your own smite. And then like if you're here now you have no smite. If you had smite, you just smite this right now. Boom, right? But now you have no
True.
smite, so you flip it. You obviously lose the flip, right? And now you invaded. You got nothing. All your like
True.
you don't kill him. You don't get his flash. You don't take any of his camps. You just did nothing. You know.
It's a good
Um.
point.
So I think if you got his Krugs and his Raptors, you'd be having a huge lead. But you only got one camp, so one camp's not even anything, right? Um. Yeah. Skim through. Farming. Invading again. You smite this. I think you should only smite if the enemy's here. If you see Brand walk in, then
Okay.
sure smite it. So if he doesn't get it. But if you don't see anyone, you can just save your smite. Um,
For the Raptor.
and then yeah, it's just one of those things where if he shows up, you want to guarantee get it. So here
Yep.
you don't see Krug, you don't see him at Krug, so you save your smite. Now you see him here, like okay, nice, I have smite, so I'll get both your camps again. I think funny enough, this is the second camp this game you would have gotten if you saved your
Mm-hmm.
smite, and now instead of having a yeah, you still have a lead, but instead of having a 4 camp lead, you have a 6 camp lead, and that sounds like crazy, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep. That
so
makes sense.
I basically only smite a camp if A, I have 2 charges, or B, I see the opponent's like there. So I'm smiting so he doesn't get it, you know?
I
Okay.
have a question. So when he first early invaded and he came out and he took the scuttle, I think, right afterward, should he
Mm.
have done that or just gone to full clear?
I think it's fine to do it because he's walking pie. Like
Hmm.
the first grab is worth like dog shits. Normally, it's not good to go out of your way to get it, but in this case, if he's literally giving a high five, it's just free gold. It's not slowing him down that much. You know, he's already fucked up his
Okay.
cycle. If his all his top
Yeah.
camps are like down, then you could argue he wants to cycle his camps as fast as possible. But he's already like no matter what he does, his cycle's already fucked. His Gromp and Wolves are going to be desynced for a full minute already because of what he did. So the speed of killing his wolves doesn't really matter. You know, if anything, it's better to even just leave Wolf up like he did, so his Gromp can respawn. And now when he kills his Wolf Gromp, now they'll be resynced together. Like you know, because now when he kills him here, now they're gonna respawn together. But if he skipped Scuttle to do Wolf, then they're gonna be desynced forever. You know.
Yeah, and speaking of desync, so like so if your bot lane like mid games takes your Krugs, should you just go take your Raptors so that they're saying or like early mid game, like
Uh,
when it's not quite maybe 14 minutes, like if they're tilted or some shit, they'd start taking your stuff.
yeah. I mean,
Or they think they're just too ahead.
anytime someone takes a camp, you can always fix it. Like a lot of times when you like when people counter jungle you, like let's say you're someone fucking 5 second Nirvana's you, and you're starting blue, and then they come take your Gromp, I'll just go do my Wolves. Not just and then my Gromp and Wolves are still cycled. So if your teammates counter jungle or
Mm-hmm.
your enemies counter jungle, you can still cycle your camps. As long as you know the camp died, you can still cycle it. Like a lot of times, I know that okay, he's gonna take my Raptors, then I'll just recall and I'll just open my Krugs. So my Krugs and the Raptors are still cycled. So you can still cycle your camps even if you're not the one doing it. But usually, anytime you're past like the 15-minute mark, cycling camps becomes way less important. It's more of like an early game thing. But anyways, we're here. We got to kill mid. We're 1 HP. Looking to base soon. Dragon and Groves are up, so the longer we stay on map with their gold, the worse. We want to kind of base in ASAP to just spend our money. Okay, just
I kind of
Dragon.
just played full Psycho with the invading this
Yeah,
game,
I mean, it's
so
brand. Yours nearly. Why not?
yeah.
If you think the grubs are guaranteed because you have top prio perma or mid prio perma or you're so much stronger, then I don't mind skipping the grubs to do these camps as long as it's guaranteed. If it's like you're a 0-5 top laner, then you have to start dragon the second he does he has to start grubs the second he does dragon with the mindset of like,
Yeah.
hey, this is my only opportunity to ever take them. But if you think you could always take them, then it's fine to do what you did. But I think in this
So
case,
maybe it was a mistake.
yeah, because I think if you're not getting them, it's a mistake. I think if you're like
Yeah.
I'm like 5-0 or my top laner's 5-0 or my mid's 5-0, so these grubs are guaranteed I'll always get them, then it's fine to do what you're doing. But if that's not the case, it's not guaranteed, then you should be doing grubs right now. And then once you
That makes
guarantee the
sense.
grubs, then you can invade. Um,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
You also have 2 smite charges for all 3 of these camps. So if you have 2 smite charges, you just might
Yeah,
go
that's
faster.
valid. Okay.
'Cause yeah, you only got 1 grub, which is it's kind of legal for man to get.
I really need to work on these smite charges. Seem pretty bad.
Yeah, it's such a small thing too. It's like usually like not a problem because it's so simple. Not even simple, just like I mean, actually compared to everything else we work on, it is simple. So yeah.
Might have backed off a little much there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up working out, but I think when they see you invade, it's a bit worse. Like here, cause you walked on the ward, right? So I think if anything,
Yep.
when you see them on the ward, I would just do scuttle.
Just okay.
Cause my, when you like invade a brand, it's not off the basis that you just want to take the camp away from him. It's off the basis you want to fight him, is it not?
Yeah.
So in my head,
True.
brand is just respawn. He's not even alive yet. Like he's respawning 3, 2, 1. So if I know he's not even alive yet, I don't even want to do the wolf. I want to him to start the wolf camp, and then I jump on him while he's on the wolf. I don't want it to be like this where I'm on the wolf and then he jumps on me. You know. So in my head,
Yep.
you just do scuttle just to pass the time, just to kill time. And then the way the timing will hit, you do scuttle, and then he'll start wolf camp, and then you'll be jumping on him when he's on wolf camp, right? And I think that fight should be
Yeah.
a way better fight for you compared to what this was. You know.
He also kind of bailed me out here too. Like if
Oh
you
yeah,
just didn't have map awareness,
he fully
like
bailed you out. Yeah.
yeah.
Then you don't even get the crab, and the crab at this point is worth same as a wolf camp.
Mhm.
So there's no like hierarchy to it.
Makes sense.
Don't see anyone. Teammates are in base. Not invade. No flash. I think invading is good when you have obvious strengths off your invade,
Just
right?
didn't have conditions here.
Yeah. Okay. And also like invading is good. Like there's always a hierarchy on priorities. Number one hierarchy is always like objectives. If there's no objectives up, no camps up, then we invade. Or no ganks, no easy ganks, then we invade.
Yep.
In this case, like dragons up in 50 seconds, I think this is a very normal Gromp, Wolves, Bot Crab into Dragon, and and then you'll just play for normal Dragon.
That makes sense.
But I'm like terrified if you mess up or get your conditions burned or die, then you're just giving the enemy team free second Dragon, and then the game's like on its like who I don't care about. You could have taken 10 camps in the game if you lost the first 2 dragons and the first 2 grubs. You could be up you got a full level lead. I do not care. You know. Same logic as before. If you think this herald's always guaranteed, then yeah, sure, do the Krugs. Otherwise here I would just go to the herald. You know, I think if it's like you're getting, I think the first time the grubs you're getting, you can just trade the grubs for 1 camp. You trade the grubs for 3 camps, so it's a bit better. You got all 3 enemy top camps. In this case,
is one
there's
camp.
only 1 camp. So and there's 2 enemies dead, and the enemy jungle is dead. So this is just a free guaranteed herald, right? So
Yep.
I would just do herald, and then I would just full clear down herald, blue, gromp, wolves, recall. You'll have 2k gold. And then with 2k gold you could play to do like scuttle and invade this or do whatever you want, you know. I think you're prioritizing
Yep.
invading a little too much because it's not that invading. The thing is, what you don't understand because you can't see in the future is you are fucking up your better invade. Because what's better to invade, 1 camp or 2 camps, or what's better to invade? Again, we've established this when you're
3.
fighting him, right? Um,
Yep.
by doing the Krug, you're making it so it's impossible to invade these camps, right? So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
base do Herald and then do these camps and base, you will be in time to contest these camps because this Brand will base and he'll do Krugs and then he'll walk to Wolves. Then you'll fight him. By the time he's on Gromp, you're also like in river
That
walking to
makes
Gromp and you're
sense.
jumping him. So what's better invade, Krugs by itself or kill him on Gromp, you know? And you know he's no flash. So by doing this, you're just fucking up a potential better future invade. Plus, now you're not as a more simple way. You're just not getting this guaranteed herald. Like now, look, it's a fight. Yasuo's low. This guy
Very
is low.
contested.
It's contested. It's a complete coin flip. Maybe he steals it. Maybe your team dies. God knows what happens. But early, like 20 seconds ago, you could have just easily soloed this dragon with zero risk, zero. I mean, sorry,
Yep.
herald with zero concern. You die. Yasuo dies. You lose the herald, and it's all because you wanted a little Krug camp, you know. And now that
Yep.
you're dead, this guy could just take your blue and your Gromp, and then the entire like Krug, like the entire camp lead you got is just gone. Like who cares? He's just trading the camps back, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're definitely just playing like invading with two. Even now, like before, invading is also something good to do. When most of your camps are down and you have free time, you have all 5 camps up right now.
3. Yeah, yeah.
No, not even, yeah, you have literally 5 camp. You have 2 quadrants up, and we're
I
just
could sequence all of them. Yeah.
yes. Another thing is like I want to be playing towards dragon. I want to be on dragon side, looking to get control, looking to poke people, looking to fight a bot side. You are just across the entire map, you know.
Yeah.
You see, now it's impossible for you to clear your camps and be dragon on time. You have to choose one or the other, you know. And also, these invades aren't even good because like if this brand's smart and he sees you walk in here, he just walks to your raptors right now, you know.
Yep.
And it's
That's a
so
good point.
it's not like you're even like getting a free camp. You're at the very best you're trading if he has a brain, you know. Like why
Yeah.
he could be taking your entire bot set right now. You have no idea, you know. You're on blue. He's on your red buff right now. Now he's on your Krugs. So you didn't even get any advantage.
That makes sense.
Okay, we steal dragon. Nice. Nice skill. In his jungle again, doing God knows like what are we even doing right now? You know. I guess we're having this guy, but like
Yeah.
I have 5 camps up. I'm actually, and you're close to item as well. Like it's different if you just like complete item and you're not close to anything. Then like fuck it, like who cares about camps? I'm not even gonna use the gold for anything, right? But in this case, you're actually really close to what's
Crypto.
crypto? Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And dragon spawning. So I want to make sure I have crypto bloom before dragon. Perfect, we have it. Get a freebie on this guy. Okay, 1 minute dragon. Let's clear it down. Finally we're doing our own camps like normal. Now we come for a team fight. Mr. Heal happens. Nice. Don't forget you use your W. Yeah, okay. Now making sure you're not late to this fight, but you're kind of on time. He also just walked in too early. I think you play this fight fine. I think the Zeri kill was good. No, I think you played this fight fine. You were annoying, you poked, used your heal on CD. Okay, there, Garen dies. If I'm you, I'm spam picking Baron. Like always, you know? Garen's dead. The Ornn Vayne both bot. They only have 3, you guys have 4. Wait, that missed?
Yeah, it was kind of probably a high ground thing.
Yeah. You kind of just shucking these. I feel like you could be a bit more accurate. A lot of
Yeah,
times
yeah, yeah.
it's nice to you
Pull up the indicator
nice yeah
on some of
nice.
these.
It's not even that. I think a lot like it's nice to put like when you throw a skill shot, you should put it just on their character model. Like you like I'll put it this way. Look where you're putting your mouse. You're putting your mouse here when you're throwing it. Put your mouse either
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
head or on his head. Wait for the icon to turn red. Means you're on their character model, and then throw it. You're free balling all your cues. You want to
Yep.
have if you actually put it on his head, it will just go to where he is, obviously. Um, and it takes like a
Makes
little. It
sense.
literally takes like a quarter-second effort to just direct your mouse just on
Yeah,
top of
yeah,
their
yeah.
character model, and your accuracy will go up way higher. I think there's just games where you have to look at the enemy comp and realize, am I ever realistically jumping in, or am I just playing max range and just playing spears? I think the answer to that is anytime Garen is there, or even Brand. Honestly,
Yeah.
you don't even want to jump into Brand because even if you land full range spear on Brand and then you jump in, he just ults hit you and then Q's on top of himself or W's on top of himself and you'll just die or you'll just trade with him. So I think
Hmm.
like Ornn, Garen, Brand, the only time you're ever jumping in, even like Nami's not good to jump into because a good Nami will always Q on top of herself or ult
Yep.
while you're jumping. So like I think this is one of those games you have to realize, okay, I'm basically unless like I see all of their spells are being used or half their team is dead, I'm basically just never jumping in. I'm just playing max range poke and just being like super patient. But I think
That makes
you
sense.
always want to jump in when there's just it just comp dependent. There's some enemy champs you just cannot be doing that versus, right?
Yep.
Like we talked about, like it was kind of like yesterday. We talked about like with Kazakhs, like you landed a spear on them, you jumped in, and did not matter. You have to land like 2 or 3
Got
spears on them,
punished
or
for
be
it.
like 3 items, you know. So there's just some champs you just cannot.
Yep.
You're definitely just doing it with instinct, like cause that's what Nidalee always does. But sometimes you have to hold the reins back. Even like boom, another example, you jump in, and you're just dying, you know.
Yep.
If you're playing,
Like it's not even worth it. The kill
mm,
isn't worth it there.
and the Garen's gonna die anyways. I feel like if
That's
anything,
a good point.
what you could do, a lot of what Nillies do, like the high level Nillies do to play to still use your Cougar form, but to do safely is imagine you're here, they'll max range E and then W out, or they'll max range Q
Oh
W out.
yeah.
They won't use
That's a good
EQ. They'll just
point.
Q, like a lot of Nillies just do Q W out, or if your E's even longer range. From here you could literally land your E on this guy and then W here, and now
Hmm.
you're here this far from Zeri. So now you're actually like not able to be hit by Zeri, but you still got some of your Cougar damage off. You know, they
That's a
almost
really
never
good point.
W in. They
I
always
almost
W
never
out.
do that.
Yeah, they always
Yep.
E in W out, E Q and W out. You're always Wing in. It's like not a bad habit to have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The other bad habit I noticed I have is I always do my E before my Q if I do jump in. I feel like that's also can be really troll sometimes.
Sometimes I actually think that's a good habit. I think the only time that's what I do. But I think the only time you'd want to Q before E is if your Q's killing them, or if like or I guess if you
Yeah,
need to do
yeah.
like maximum damage. Okay.
Yeah, I think
I
I
like this
just played
trade.
for the Baron trade, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think another thing about this game is if you're gonna commit to diving in, then yeah, Zonians is fine. But I think if you realize in game, I think I'm just playing max range, then you just go death cap, so your spears and healings are doing as much as possible. You know,
Yeah.
because if we're saying that we're never jumping in, Zonias does make it so you're able to because you jump in and you get your Zonias. But then when you come out of Zonias, you'll just probably just die anyways, right? So I think if you go death cap
Yeah.
fourth here instead, um, you could opt into this like I'm only playing as a poke champion and I'm playing as a healing champion, especially because healing your E's so poor this game because they have so much like you're against Brand, so Brand's entire kit's designed around like um just like poking your team. That when you can
Yeah.
get to heal his poke, it really helps your teammates. I'd say.
Oh, I had a question about this fight. So this one, I've been trying to follow your advice of like looking for like spears from the side more, but I felt like I really trolled because I wanted to be there for the heal, but I'm just like not there for when he engages.
Yeah, no, I think
I don't know.
this. I mean, when Garen does this, by the way, it's like if he's suiciding for support, this is you're happy. Like if this Garen wants, this is Nico
So it's
support.
okay, okay.
This is awesome. I mean, bro, this guy, look at this Garen. He flash Qs into 4 people, 3 people, doesn't even
Yep.
kill her. Like she's like obviously she's alive, like so she's fine, right? And now he's half HP Garen. So he just used flash, didn't get a kill. Now he's running, now he might die. I think when your positioning is perfect, you just stay here, and now from this range you're able to Q them, and you can't be a target because if they chase you, you'll just W away. But
Yep.
the problem is you're too tunnel vision on. Oh, I want to go connect and heal this guy. Who the fuck cares about support? He just is half HP Nico who just has no ult. He's useless.
Yeah.
You just get yourself chunked to half HP. If you stay in this low corridor, first of all, you could always like you could if Brand tries to walk in, you wouldn't be able to Brand. He'll never be able to walk into you because you could obviously you wouldn't if you want because I mean
Hmm.
you can just auto attack him to death with a red buff. You can land a Q on him. So from this position, you're able to zone Brand, and you're able to land poke on Zeri or Garen and you're able to throw traps over the wall for like you're in a god position and then you get out of your god position to go
Give it
suicide.
up.
Yeah, you just give it up. So I think you're in a really good position. If the Garen wants to suicide to kill support Nico, then we're gonna happily let him do it. You didn't proceed. Also, I think you just throw spears on off CD. Yeah, the second spears up, W's up, just throw it. It's such a low cool cooldown now that I just want to get as much poke off as possible. Q's up in a second, just fucking instantly throw Q again, or instantly throw trap. Eventually one will hit, you know. Nice. Zanya's. See, it's one of the things where funny enough, if you had death cap, he dies. He's dead,
I know.
right? So that's why like
Yep.
yeah. So death cap literally kills, and then maybe you could jump out after
Or
him.
if I took coup de grace instead of triumph, like there's a million things I could have.
Hmm. I mean, I think Triumph's always better than Coop, but I
Oh,
think
okay,
I
okay.
think Death Cap this game is better. Another thing is that when you know this, I think you should have it in your head that this dragon decides the game because it's sold for either team, right? So if that's the case, I think you should also go into this fight and buy a blue pot because it's like you have to be this.
Uh,
Also, you're
yeah.
using your pink in Baron River when the soul spawns in a minute. Why are we placing our pink there? We want our pink. We want to actually have our pink for
In
this fight.
that's on that side, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of the map.
That is pretty troll.
They get soul. I assume the one last fight decides the game. Yeah, you guys double get hit by a Zeri W and get one shot. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a terrible bot. I think most of it was in the early game. I think like we're invading way too much and not actually like getting objectives.
Getting something
I think
from
you
it.
could have gotten actually if you got one more dragon this game, you guys would have got soul. Obviously, I think you guys could have got I think you could have got the first three grubs and the
Okay.
herald this game. I think you lost grubs and herald this game for no reason at all.
Yep.
And then I think there's some build stuff. I think in fights there's times you like at the end there you saw like were in a good position and then you gave it up. Um, I think it's important to know if you think you're too weak and you're not able to actually threaten from position, then yeah, you can't just stay with your team just to be like a heal bot. But I think in that game you were able to actually threaten.